Hello and welcome to A Little Less Lisa. If you are returning, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you are new, my name is Lisa and I'm currently on a health/weight loss journey. I have hit my actual goal weight, but I'm still trying to lose maybe a few extra pounds as a little bit of a buffer. So at the moment I am trying to sort of navigate maintenance and what that looks like, and we'll talk about that as we get into the video. So let's get into how week 17 went. So as a reminder, or for those who are new, I am 57 years old. My starting weight when I started on the medication, I lost a few pounds kind of the week or so before I started on it, but my starting weight that I count from is the day that I took my first shot, and that was 183.8. I am just a smidge over 5'6". My goal weight, like I said, I have hit. That was 40 pounds lost, so that would mean 143.8. Last week, which was my first week, I guess, officially in maintenance, I lost 1 pound. And this week, I continued to take 5 milligrams. I was finishing up my last vial of medicine from my old telehealth company. I'm sorry, you're hearing the air conditioning that just kicked in, but it's too hot in New York right now to turn off the air conditioning. So I apologize that you're going to hear that in the background, but I don't want to sit here and be a ball of sweat as I'm filming. So anyway, so I had 1 5 milligram dose left in this vial. So I did take that so I could go through that. And I took that in my right stomach. Now, interestingly enough, I got a red spot this week, and I've never had a red spot. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, some people have a reaction to the injection at the injection site where they get like a round, maybe this big around or so, red patch of skin that can feel warm and that can also itch. And I've only gotten that when I've injected in my thighs, and it didn't happen initially when I started injecting in my thighs. It started happening, I think actually the first time it happened was maybe when I was in Spain. I don't even remember, but anyway, so I thought it had to do with my thighs because it was only happening then, and when I moved back to my stomach I didn't have the issue. Well, this time for some reason, so I don't know if it's the medicine from that telehealth's pharmacy and maybe what they're using in their compound mixture. I don't know. I can only surmise and theorize, so no actual proof. I would not say it was also as itchy as when it was on my thighs, but anyway, just wanted to let you know that I got that red spot again. So like I said, took 5 milligrams, right side of my abdomen. As I mentioned, last week I had lost 1 pound, so into maintenance, so I was down to 142.8. This week I really didn't weigh myself except for maybe one day during the week, and I honestly can't even remember now what that number was. But I don't know, there were things going on and I wouldn't get a chance to weigh myself in the morning. So I kind of had no clue when I was getting on the scale. Obviously, when I'm weighing myself every day, I kind of have an idea of where I might land. So that being said, this last week in week 17, I lost another pound. So that was great. I honestly didn't really know what to expect, and we will talk about, I have notes here about how I did on some of my goals, and we can talk about maybe if that kind of played into the loss that I had this week, who knows. But yeah, I was happy with that. So I am down to 141.8. This may be controversial. I don't know. I may get some people who give me some negative feedback in the comments. I mentioned the fact that I wanted to lose a few extra pounds so that I would have some kind of wiggle room around that 143 number, which is a very comfortable number for me to sit at based on having spent many years around that weight, you know, for like 13, 15 years. But I'm kind of feeling like I want to see the 3 on the scale. Like, so I might maybe go for maybe like 138.8, which would be a 45-pound loss. I don't know. Again, we'll kind of see where my body goes, how I feel, all that. You know, I don't really have a number set in stone. I'm not, like I said, aiming for a particular number anymore like I was when I was looking to lose 40 pounds. So yeah, so there you are. We'll see where I end up, but yeah, I had a 1 pound loss this week. So in general, I think the week went pretty well. I did fairly well, I would say, on my goals. So if you are not familiar, I generally set some goals at the end of each video of what I want to try to accomplish the next week. And what I really wanted to focus on last week was getting in 3, hopefully 4 strength training workouts, as well as hitting my protein goal every day, and then trying to get closer to my calorie deficit number more than I have been. So again, if you're new to my channel, I have not been great about getting in as many calories as I should be on a calorie deficit. So I think on my Lose It app, it had me at, I think, 1,200 calories when I was technically still trying to lose weight. Now, because I hit my goal weight in the app, it's kicked me up to maintenance, which is around 1,500 calories, something like that for maintenance. I'm really just trying to be better about getting closer to that number. I don't really want to fixate on the number. I am definitely more focused on my protein goals than like overall calories, but I also don't want to damage my metabolism either. So let's talk about the goals that I had, like I said. So my goal was to do 3 to 4 strength training workouts this past week, and I did 4, so that was fantastic. The prior weeks I'd really been getting in more like 2, sometimes 3, and so I really wanted to bump that up because building muscle right now is the absolute 100% focus of my health journey. So like I said, yes, I'm sort of trying to lose a few extra pounds, but that's not where my focus is. My laser focus is on building muscle and maintaining muscle. So as far as protein is concerned, I hit my protein goals 6 out of the 7 days. So that is fantastic. My minimum goal, I think, is like 83 or something like that. My range, I think it's like 83 to 108 or something. It's some weird numbers. But I did hit that, like I said, 6 out of the 7 days. So that was fantastic. And then calorie-wise, I'm gonna kind of break this down. So 3 of the days I did great. I was well over 1,000 calories, 1,100, maybe even closer to 1,200 on some days, which is really, really good for me. I mean, that's great for me because I would say before this, like in the weight loss phase, I was generally hovering probably closer to like the 800, maximum 900 calorie range. 3 days I would say was good. And so by good, I would like put that in the high 8s to maybe 1,000, 1,050 range, somewhere in there. And then I had one bad day. And by bad day, I mean that I was not even close to hitting my calorie deficit goal. I think it was the day that I was really not feeling great. I was just having some pretty significant stomach issues, just really queasy. I think I may have been, sorry for the TMI, but having some fairly significant diarrhea, and my stomach, like I said, was just really, really queasy, and the thought of eating something just was not there. So I think that day, unfortunately, I had maybe around 500 calories, but and that was probably the one day that I didn't hit my protein goals. 3 great, 3 good, 1 bad is, for me, making progress. So what are my goals for this week going forward? Once again, I want to hit 3 to 4 days of strength training during the week. I am actually going to be going to my first Pilates reformer class, so I'm very excited about that, but I won't be counting that as one of the 3 to 4 strength training workouts, because that's more of a sort of flexibility, and yes, you're working your core muscles for sure, but that's not really strength training. And I just listened to an amazing podcast of a doctor who was talking about what everybody needs to be doing to really maintain their health and their mobility as they age. So it was great information, and one of the things she absolutely stressed was strength training. And by strength training, that means really doing heavy lifting, so heavier weights, fewer reps. So Pilates doesn't really fall into that, but it is something that I want to do, because the other thing she talked about was mobility and really focusing on balance and things like that. Because again, as you age, you want to make sure that you're sure-footed and you've got good balance so that you don't fall and break a hip or whatnot. So I'm going to be trying that, so I will report on that next week when I do my check-in. My next goal is, again, I want to focus on calories, not fixate on it, but really try to be better about getting closer to those maintenance calorie, threshold. I was 3-3-1 before. I would love to see more great and no bad and maybe less good. So, maybe get rid of the bad and have a stronger mix of great and good, right? Baby steps, people. We're working on baby steps. And then my protein goals, again, my goal would be to hit my protein goal every single day. So we will focus on that. The other goal that I have is for me to schedule an appointment with my provider to talk about my maintenance and how we want to move forward with my medication. I am due to put in another refill, and so I want to hopefully be able to talk to him about that. If you're unaware, I do use compounded tirzepatide, which means that I get mine from a telehealth company. If you are somebody who, you may be struggling getting your name brand medication, or if you're somebody whose doctor isn't that familiar with these medications and you're looking for a telehealth company that can prescribe both name brand and compound medication, I would invite you to check out Friday's Health. That's who I used. I did an entire video on why I switched to Friday's Health. I think that they are, in my mind, and from doing my research, really the only telehealth company that has a true holistic approach to the patient, to their members. And by that, I mean that they go far above and beyond just prescribing medicine. A lot of the telehealth companies out there literally write you a prescription and send you on your merry way. And that is not what Friday's Health is all about. They not only help you, get the medication that you need, whether it be in, like I said, name brand or compounding, or switching between the two and back and forth depending on shortages and things like that. They obviously help you with insurance if you have insurance that cover it or need help with appeals, all those things. But really what's important is that they take care of the 3 other pillars that you need to be successful long term. And if you don't know what it is I'm talking about, please check out, like I said, the video of where I go over why I switched. But if that's something that you are interested in looking for, you can save $20 when signing up for Join Fridays by using my code Lisa. There is always a link in my description box that you can click on, and the code is listed in there. Like I said, if you're interested, I have had nothing but amazing experiences. I am an advocate, obviously, for Fridays Health, but I was literally in the process of joining their telehealth company when I got an email to join them as a potential advocate. So I was already in that process, and that was based on another content creator's amazing and glowing recommendation, and somebody who I highly trust and find very credible. So that's why I was in the process of switching already when this sort of partnership advocacy opportunity came about. So like I said, if that's something you're looking for, there's information in the description box for you. So I do want to, go online and schedule that appointment so that I can talk with my provider about how we move forward in maintenance, because obviously that's where I'm at. And despite wanting to lose a couple of, kind of buffer pounds, I'm ready to talk about how we move forward, whether it's spacing out my injections, whether it's titrating down to 2.5 or even less. Like I said, this is really the wild west when it comes to these medications, because there have been no actual studies on maintenance with these drugs. So it's going to be trial and error, and I know that. So I'll be a test subject of one. So there you are. There was my week 17. I hope you all found the information helpful. Like I said, I am fairly happy with how I did with the goals that I had for last week. I'm hoping to do a little bit better this coming week. And yeah, we'll see how things go. And I'm excited to share with you how Pilates Reformer class goes. I'm very excited for that. So if you enjoyed the video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. I am more than happy to answer any questions you have. If you have questions about my journey, or specifically about Fridays Health, for example, leave those in the comments below. Obviously, I am not a doctor. I am not a medical provider. Please make sure that you consult with your medical provider for any questions that you might have. But if there are things that I can help you with along the way, I am more than happy to do so. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I would love to see you back here. So click the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you know when I upload videos. If you have not had enough of me yet, there will be another video over in the corner here for you to watch. And remember, kindness and hate spread the same. The choice is yours. I will see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.